Rockstar families, and welcome to our weekly VODCAST. I'm going to get started right away because I have so many announcements to make and so many great strategies to share of new content that we'll be covering this week, so I want to get right to it. First of all, congratulations to our Rockstar of the Week, Ebony Dunaway. Ebony has shown some amazing effective effort in math, especially this past week when we took our math exemplar, which was a big multi-step problem to really assess where we're at. I was very impressed with Ebony, so she is the Rockstar of the Week. Congratulations to her. So let me just reference my note page as we go. I'm going to try to get through all the announcements as quickly as possible, but bear with me. So first of all, the Academy students are selling Valentines. As you probably already know, the form came home last Monday, and we're going to accept the forms until Tuesday. They'll be delivered on Friday to students. So basically what happens is, if your child wants to send a Valentine to one of their friends, they can do that. It's 25 cents. They fill out the form that came home. I'm going to actually also post the form on our Class Fusion page in case you don't have it or it's been lost or something. Students can send Valentines to students, to other teachers, to staff members in the building, and those will all be delivered on Friday. That will help us to make some trips to some of our service projects that we want to make it to in the next couple of months. So, order forms will be accepted until Tuesday. Valentines will be delivered on Friday. The next announcement that I actually have for you would include the fact that report cards are coming home on Tuesday. You'll have an academic report card from Stafford County Public Schools and a Barrett Academy report card, as you did last time. All that I ask is that the yellow envelope that they're sent home in is signed under the second quarter. You can keep all of the documents that are inside of that envelope. The report cards, all of that. I do not need signatures on those. When you sign the envelope, that just acknowledges that you have received and looked over everything. And if you have any questions about anything that's on the report card, do not hesitate to contact me. I'll be more than willing to discuss that. I'm really impressed with Rockstar's progress so far this year, so I'm so proud of them in that area. The next thing I just want to show you, pardon me, would be this literacy explosion permission form that was sent home on Thursday. So on March 15th, it's a Saturday at Mountain View High School, the Virginia Association of Teachers of English will be holding something called a literacy explosion. Basically, it's where students from all over Virginia will come, and they'll be presenting some type of multimedia project during this time in front of kids from kindergarten through 12th grade. There will be prizes, there's medals, and all of those great things at the end. We'll be working on everything in class, and the back of the form that I sent home actually explains the 6 things that the students can think about, submitting for it. Everybody will be making a project anyway. So if they're able to make it, that's great. If they can't, I totally understand. But I am able to, we can work out transportation if that's an issue. The only reason I need this paperback so soon, hopefully by Friday, would just be because I have to register everyone. Okay, and the school will cover the registration fee for everyone. So if you could just fill this out, if your Rockstar if you're even like, well, I think they probably can attend, I would love to get it back so that I can get a rough estimate of who is able to make it. It's a great opportunity to practice all of those Barrett Academy skills. I'm so excited for it. I took my 3rd grade class last year, and it was excellent. Okay, moving on. Next Monday, February 17th, President's Day, is a full day of school because of all the snow. So just passing that along, I know I've been saying that over and over and over. I do have 2 tentative dates, and again, they're tentative for the writing SOL that we've been passed along to us. It's been pushed back a little bit. Our class will be taking the grammar multiple choice section of the test on March 18th, okay, and the writing prompt, actually writing, composing on March 20th. That will be the dates for our class. Every class has a different set of dates. Attendance on those days is really important. If they miss, they can make it up, but normally when they're in a setting with their class, they just feel a lot more at ease rather than in a room with another teacher and a couple kids who are making it up. They kind of tend to want to rush and just get back to class. So that is there. On Thursday, please remind your child to wear athletic shoes because we will have jump rope for the heart. The students will be jumping beginning, I believe, at 2:30 during their PE time, and lunch that day will be in the classroom. There were fundraising forms sent home. If somebody is willing to donate some money to the American Heart Association, you can send that in and I'll send it down to the PE department. So Jump Rope for the Heart is on Thursday. Next, we will not be having a party on Friday for Valentine's Day, but if your rock star would like to bring in treats or Valentines for the other students in the classroom, that's fine. We'll pass them out at 2:30, right before we go to specials on Friday, and they can take them home from there. Okay, and I will be sending home a list with the students in our class on it tomorrow in case your child would like to send some Valentines home. Whew, those are all of the announcements that I can think of right now. Now I'm going to send you over to the strategy session. I'm so excited for this week, guys. I hope that you and your rock star are as well. We're learning so many new concepts, getting into the American Revolution, really looking at some geometry that's going to challenge us and go beyond what we've learned before, doing some cause and effect work, and really analyzing our writing, scoring peer writing, and moving on to work on some transitions. I am so excited for this week. So, sending you over to the strategy session. As always, give me some feedback on them. Do they work? Are they hurting? Too much? Too little? And I'll see you on the other end. Okay, Room 21 Rockstar family, so I'm going to start you out today on our Class Fusion page. A couple of things I wanted to bring your attention to. One item that I forgot to announce during the announcement section of the VODCAST. On Friday, we will wear blue, as you can see here on our Class Fusion page, to honor the Crayer House and their accomplishments in ending January with the greatest number of house points. So congratulations goes out to the Blue House, the Crayer House. Everyone in the Academy will wear blue on Friday to honor that great accomplishment. Another quick thing I just want to point you toward is if your scholar has forgotten or lost their Valentine order form, we're accepting them through Tuesday, you can actually come on our Class Fusion page, look under Barrett Academy, and there you will find the Valentine letter that is an order form. We also have them available in school if you're not able to print it at home, so no sweat there. We'll definitely get it. The reason we're asking for them by Tuesday, and when we still have a few days before Valentine's Day, is mainly because we have to make all of these Valentines up, and it's been a very popular sale so far. We've sold hundreds, so we're going to have a little bit of work on our hands. Okay, now I want to turn you over to math. The Rockstars are really learning all new concepts in math right now in geometry. Last week we started to measure angles, and by the end of the week, the Rockstars became pretty awesome at it, I have to say. So I'm going to take you to a page right now that I actually don't have linked up because we're going to be using portions of it in class, but I do want to show you one part of it so that you can support your child in home with measuring angles. Now, here we have an angle, okay? Now, one way that I taught the rock stars to look at an angle is part of a clock. So if this was really a clock, let me just draw a circle. And that's a terrible circle. But about what time would this be? Well, it'd be about 3:10 if you look at the sides of the angle, right? So, a couple of important things to do when we're lining up an angle. We see this circle right here with this line. We always have to line that part of the protractor up with the vertice of our angle. That's where the two rays come together at a point. And notice that one of my sides is always lined up along that bottom portion of the protractor. Now, another important thing we have to do is, as you can see here on the protractor, you can either take the inner loop, which starts at 0, or you can take the outer loop, which starts at 180 degrees. This is kind of like the Beltway in Washington. You know, you don't want to be driving down the wrong side of the Beltway. So the first thing that we're learning in class to do, period, is to look at this angle before we even measure it and say, is it close to a 90-degree angle? A 90-degree angle would look something like this. It's a perfect square. It's exactly 90 degrees, and it'd be identified by a square inside of that angle. So, is this less than 90 degrees, more than 90 degrees, or 90 degrees? Well, it's less than 90 degrees, so it's an acute angle. So what I would actually do is write less than 90. The reason we do that is after we measure with the protractor, we can easily come back and say, okay, my measurement is probably correct, or if I have a measure greater than 90 degrees, then I know that it's not correct. So, if I take the inside, I see 0, 10, 20, 30, it ends right about on 40 or 41 degrees. So this angle is 40 degrees. Now, I'm saying it's 40 degrees. I come back to my estimation. I said it was less than 90 degrees, so I'm probably correct. Look what could have happened easily, though, and this is a very common error in fifth grade is just to look at that number. If I start at 180, and a lot of kids would say that's 140 degrees, okay? That is why we estimate first right here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a couple more of these on the screen. For each one that the students measure accurately, they will get 1/4 of a house point, okay? So they can measure this one here, letter I. Let me actually move my screen over a slight bit. Actually, let me move it right to here. So here are two that they can measure. Now, when you turn it in, rock stars, I need to see your estimate close to 90 degrees, okay? Now let me move it down more. Here's another one that they can measure. These two. And finally, so they can end up with 1.5 points. Just pause the screen if you're going to measure these. Okay. Now, I'm going to take you back to the Kate Waller-Barrett webpage, a couple of other great resources for angles. Last week, I actually showed you the IXL site right here. So that practices using a protractor. Excellent site to use at home. Another one would be Khan Academy. Mr. Khan has some amazing videos on using a protractor, and then you're able to actually practice here. So here is actually a video on using a protractor, and you don't need an account for this, so no need to worry. This is actually him measuring an angle, and then this program, the students get to actually take this protractor and line it up to measure it and type it in, and they can check their work. Okay, so this is an amazing source because it gives videos, it talks about the different angle types, all things that we're talking about in class. An amazing, amazing source to go to at home. Okay, so that all those links are available under the class news section, Measuring Angles Khan Academy. One other thing I'm going to take you to right now actually is a Word document with two types of angles, because starting tomorrow we're now branching out just a slight bit from just measuring with a protractor. We're going to practice drawing angles with a protractor, all of those great things, but one of the major things we're going to focus on is actually figuring out some unknown angle measures. So say that I know that this is a 90-degree angle, okay? It would be labeled with a square right here. Okay, now say that I know that this angle, and obviously this is not accurate, I'm not using a protractor right now, but I'm working on another portion. Say that this is 46 degrees. Okay, now if I know that a right angle is 90 degrees, how could I figure out what measure n is? Okay, that's just kind of some algebra. There's my unknown variable, n. How many degrees is it? Well, I know that this is 90, so I could set this up like this, and this is something we're actually working on starting tomorrow, so the rock stars, if they use it tonight, will be very familiar. So if this whole angle equals 90 degrees, I do not know the measure of angle n, and if I add angle 46 to this, then I get 90 degrees. But I need to know what this is. So there's a couple of ways you could approach it. You could obviously count up, or you could just take 90 minus 46. When you take 90 minus 46, you're going to find this angle measure. And then you could add together your difference and 46, and if they equal 90 degrees, then you're good to go. So if you want to go ahead and solve that, rock stars, bring it in tomorrow. Just tell me verbally, for a house point, how many degrees was angle n. Okay, now I really want you to branch out for this next one. Let me erase what I have here. Pause if you need it. Now, if I move down, let me move down. Here I can see what type of angle, guys. Good, this is a straight angle. That's 180 degrees, half of a circle, right? So, say that I know that this angle, okay, is 122 degrees. Okay, and now I need to know the measure of angle n once again. This angle, how much is it? I want you guys to kind of use some critical thinking, okay? If I know that a straight angle, this angle here is 180 degrees, this angle is 122 degrees, what is the measure of this angle, n degrees? What is the measure? This is 180. Here's 122. What's the measure of this angle? So we're actually looking at some algebra this week, things students are going to be using in geometry when they take it in high school. And we're going to get more complicated than this, but this is really the starting point where we will start tomorrow. And by the end of the week, we'll be looking at triangles and figuring out their unknown measures. So Try that out, guys. Tell me what you get. Now, a couple of other things I just quickly want to reference you towards. We're going to spend one more week on cause and effect, and we'll have an assessment on Friday. But last week I showed you this amazing site right here, Cause and Effect Study Zone, where the students can actually go through and identify cause and effect. Remember, cause is answering why did it happen, effect is what happened. So that is available there. My internet's not loading as there it is. Not as quickly, but it gives you a passage. Tells you some keywords, and then it gives you some scenarios, and you can even click on this chalkboard down at the bottom for some more games to go toward, which is an amazing, amazing resource. The writing prompt for the week is new. It's right here. You were just given $1 million. Explain what you would do with it. Okay, the rock stars really know, and as I state on the report card that you'll see on Tuesday, every rock star has a goal for their writing this quarter. One area of writing, whether it be transitions in their writing, or descriptive vocabulary, or varying sentence structure, or sentence fluency, making some sentences short, making some long to make the piece more rhythmic and make it flow better. So, you can use Sunday through Friday as a springboard, but really encourage your rock star to work on the things that are their goals for the year. Okay, social studies for the week. The one area I'm going to take you, I still have the link here, is SOL Pass. It's amazing. The password is Tigers. Let me show you why. When you come here, Revolution, okay, there is a study guide for the entire Revolution. It's probably, I guess it's not going to prompt me for the password. The password is Tigers. So it goes through everything that we are learning, okay. If I go back one, there are all of these other amazing resources under Revolution that the students can go to. The Declaration of Independence, Key People. It gives them all of these different games they can go toward, and it's correlated directly to what we're studying in class. So that's the best site there. Now, one quick announcement I do want to give with history is on Friday, the rock stars were provided with they were given either a patriot or a loyalist. And they really have to do some research on that person. They were given a book that has an entire page of information for that person, but they need to kind of go further, because on Wednesday we're going to have a mock debate, the Patriots against the Loyalists, should the 13 British colonies declare independence from Great Britain. So they have to kind of become that person. They have to study up on that person and decide, why would I argue for or against independence from Great Britain? The students are allowed to dress up on Wednesday if they want to during our debate. It would just make it a bunch of fun, but it's not required. But the main requirement of social studies is that students are prepared and thoroughly have that knowledge down. Now I'm going to send you back over to Mr. Record in person. I hope these strategies help this week. Rock stars, for watching the entire part of this and participating in all of these areas, you can get 3 house points if you tell me the secret code, which is no more snow tomorrow morning. See you. Okay, Rockstar families, I hope that those strategies were successful for you. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I hope that this snow stays away on Wednesday so that we can have a full week of school, because that will be exciting to actually have an uninterrupted week for once. And for all. If you ever have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to let me know. If you'd like to come in and enjoy the learning with the rock stars, if you'd like to see what our classroom is all about, you can come in at any time of the day. You are more than welcome. Have a wonderful week. You are the best families in Stafford County, and I'll see you next time.